Yeah.
+1s.
Yeah.
IEM Dallas 2023, the event that he would go on to lift the trophy at.
Oh, and hey, Snappi, he's not averse to a Cologne Grand Final. We saw the very core of this team there last year, but this is a long day in the office, Harry. Got to win 2 BO3s, and so Rain wants to get there quickly. Couple of taps down middle, finding a 5v3 for FaZe. It's still this B split. Carrigan's left on his own, and it's ugly. Sampayas doesn't commit to finish the kill. He finally will, but all his team fall like flies, and Rain comes jumping in to end this pistol round as well. They'll finally reset, and FaZe look to take this one pretty heavy-handedly. It's a big day, Harry. It's a big day, not only for both these two teams, but for Liquid Complexity. 4 squads with only 1 spot in the playoffs in the lower bracket. So you've got to conserve energy. I do want to ask, just coming straight into the day, what are your expectations? Who do you think's running through? Is it the winner of this game? Who is the winner of this game?
Well, I think, you know...
Gonna surprise me with this?
No, I think FaZe should be winning.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's under any illusion there. But I do have a certain fear about about this game, for whatever reason. FaZe, they've shown they can be shaky. They've shown they can be more than that. For Falcons, I think they looked pretty abysmal to open up, but they've started to find some wins. They've started to get a bit of confidence here, and I think the map pool is actually pretty good for them, as well as it could have been, right?
Us too, yeah. They've been picking into this a lot. It's not been statistically great for FaZe. That being said, it's you know, that FaZe effect, right? You still have the expectation that FaZe individually should be able to run over Falcons. Question is, can Snappi call a T side to stop that from happening? Already some aggression in this round. Drops ran in lower, some pressure middle. FaZe are playing, oh, bye-bye. FaZe are playing very aggressive in this game in just 2 rounds, so they're confident at least. Would feel like a lacking Lanxus without FaZe, certainly. But it's never going to be easy.
Well, Snappy's scouts opened up. Broki's going to be this next one to get tested. You want Broki putting his best foot forward here, and, well, the rest of FaZe are going to move in to lend a helping hand to their AWPer. It's quickly done, cleanly done, and you're liking the start that Rain's given us to this series.
Just confident, man. Just FaZe grouping on ramp, saying they're going to be close. Broki puts a scout away, 3, 2, 1. Let's go 3 players up ramp wide, and you don't even give Falcons a bomb plant, so an oppressive second round for FaZe. Unlucky Robs, but FaZe make it look very easy. And now we have Falcons on 1 more eco. Snappi, he liked that scout. He's going to give it another go. Oh, well, he tried. Jump shot, Broki. It's pretty accurate. But now against the actual sniper of the team. They keep missing each other. Surprised Sampayas gives up. I'd like to just see him try and utilize that scout on a guaranteed
He hasn't
fight.
given up. He's just picked a different fight, you know? He's switched up the angle here. Rain active over on short.
Ouch.
We'll send the Falcons packing. That
Here they come.
scout tagged up, and they're even starting to push down these remaining players now.
It's nice to see this look out of FaZe coming in. Playing like the better team, playing with the confidence. You know, one thing we saw yesterday from Liquid on this map was a very aggressive CT side. Yakinda making a lot of opening moves, pushing lower, throwing nades, sometimes even coming back, sometimes not. And, you know, crunching up a dark as well. JKS going for long pushes in mid-round. We had a very aggressive CT side for Liquid, so FaZe trying to do something similar here in this map. We'll see if that remains when the guns come out. So they shall. AWP for Sampayas with no armor. And of course, Robs immediately clearing B as Falcons go for the long rush. Didn't look pretty for Madden. Staring at the ground. Those flashes are expertly placed by FaZe. And guns retrieved as well. Falcons get blown to pieces.
Absolutely loving the energy that FaZe have displayed early on here. Keeping up that these kind of aggressive moves. You said playing like the better team, and I think that's really doing justice to how they've approached the CT side so far. I mean, this whole round's been kickstarted up against the rifles by Carrigan and Rain just aggroing you in through the long doors.
Just they keep cycling this lower smoke to imply they're pushing tunnels. They're not even pushing tunnels. They're just keeping Falcons honest. Slow defaulting for Snappi punishes the other captain.
Even the fact that Carrigan's attempting that,
it's a sign of the times.
Speaking more volumes than Snappi getting the kill. And is more aggression over in middle. Now, you don't want this to like be overdone, right? And so I like that Rops has kind of slowed down a little bit here. It's still an aggressive angle. He's still going to have info ahead of time, the opportunity to fast flank up through Cat that Falcons don't know about. But he's not taking any risks in playing here. Not yet, anyhow.
He's not going to get cleared. That much is for sure, right? So Sampais just walks on by. And Snappi with the bomb, 20 seconds. Brokey just trying to buy a few more seconds. Robs does come in on the flank. They have to bail. They have to do it quick.
Sampais has the smoke for CT, but having to throw this on the fly. Only 10 seconds to get past Frozen, and they're not going to make it that far because Rain is 10-0 for crying out loud.
Oh, run!
Sampais narrowly gets away with this AWP. And FaZe keep that flawless scoreline going with Rain storming the charts right now.
I understand why they bailed back. That was the plan for Falcons if they killed a flanking mid player, and it was maybe the best move they felt they had rather than going into a double A setup with a scout. But at the same time, there was not enough time on the clock for that move with Frozen still B-side. That's without Rain's spam. 10-0 like you said. Sampais saves his AWP, but he had no money, so he couldn't even reinvest in armor. So back-to-back glass cannons. And Falcons put money behind it, hoping that this AWP is the way in. It's not an objectively bad play, it's just going to make their future buys a little weaker, a little later. But this is the hand they're dealt. They've still got to play it. Sampais looking for the pick, and it's great. Now FaZe go from this hyper-aggressive to just tucked in, giving away nothing. And why is that? They know that all Falcons really have in this round is that AWP. Sure, Magisk has bought a Galil, but for the most part, it's around where Falcons, their call is, Sampais, please get us a 5-on-4. And given that FaZe haven't, Falcons have to pop.
Yeah, they run right in a Frozen, and Carrigan's naded the smoke open over its spawn, so this mid-play gets churned up, sandwiched between the B doors. This bottom mid orb. Sampais, 1v4.
They never even peaked until the end of the round, and he just gets churned up. Double orb taken for FaZe as well. Can't blame them with the deathmatch they're having.
Dude, Rain just still hasn't died.
Yeah.
Also, he's gone for the historic angle, hasn't he, with the pin he's got applied in game. Hugo, you'll like this.
What pin does he have?
He is the quarterfinalist at IEM Cologne 2015 pin on. Sure, he's got the major trophy one that he could put on from their Antwerp run. But he's paying homage to the event we see him attending.
Respect to the event we're at. But quarterfinals? I feel like he wants more than that.
Yeah, it was 9 years ago.
Wow, don't say that.
He's just trying to show us how long he's been around and how much he's accustomed to playing at events like this.
Yeah, he's done it all, hasn't he?
Including having an 11-0 start on Dust2. Hello, Rain is going God mode.
All right, Falcons, 4-buy round now, no AWP this time. Gonna wait for the long util, and it's actually a week-long setup for FaZe because they boosted Brokey down lower. He got flash and he stayed on the angle. Looking to stay oppressive and jump back up for another attempt, but Dupree, here's that drop-off, should know what to expect. Missed shot for Brokey. But Robs' orb is ever-present. CS2 bounces that smoke back.
Robs has dropped a smoke in CT to play around.
That does not make sense. Oh dear, Brokey caught by the molly. That was a well-timed util combo for Falcons. little distracted. And Sampires gets a crucial entry kill. Is that orb even retrievable, though? It doesn't look like they went for it. As they wait for a reaction on the flank, it's actually Rain, yet to die, pushing forward.
I mean, Falcons are committed to this A split, and that's going to leave them walking into the full FaZe stack. Rain up first, can't get anything done. It's Rops and Carrigan trying to get on the board now, but they've snuck through this smoke. They're past Carrigan on the long side. He's able to play through it. Now it's Carrigan versus Snappi, and the captain for FaZe keeps it flawless. 1v2, he lets Madden slip on by, and for a moment you think he sold Rops out. You think he might have dropped the ball there, but Carrigan handles it with composure.
How the hell does he win the round? He's so blind from that flash out long. He's just stuck inside of the smoke. Madden knows it the whole time, but tries to kill rotations first, and he lives to regret it. It's a good play for Madden, but Carrigan's too quick and closes that 1v2 with ease. Brokey finally gets his fight he's been waiting all game for. And so the captain falls for Falcons this time at the start of the round. Carrigan, I mean, an AUG user, the most prolific AUG user, I would say, of all time. And we've seen him do it on Train. We saw him do it on Nuke. But Dust2, that's a classic range map. Carrigan looking for that pick on long yet again, but he's caught by Madden inside of the fade. Are they ready for Rain?
Oh, they're not!
Oh,
that was really well turned on for Sampires.
Yeah.
But you like to think that Rain's just done enough there, delivering a swift double to FaZe Clan, and only Madden left standing. They swing in, they fight him.
Oh, wait.
Madden chance at the tap, but Frozen runs him down.
FaZe just won't stop peeking, and that's what's exciting about the CT side right now. If they know where you are, they will fight you. And this is what we said coming in. FaZe know they're the better team. They know they're the more informed individuals. Say what you want about FaZe having troubles recently. Player to player, individually more proven, more capable than the majority of Falcons. So.
The other thing that's kind of sick, though, is like for Falcons, you have these veteran players, right? Folks like your Magisks, your Duprees, your Snappies. Right now, though, it's not like it's the younger blood for FaZe stepping up. It's the two old boys that have had a lot of the impact here for FaZe. Rain 13-2, multi-kills in most of these rounds. Carrigan with a key 1v2.
What can you do?
The scoreline flawless.
That's a beautiful play for Robs. He plays passive to avoid the flash, then Dupree even mollies him, and he swings ahead of it and gets the pick. Dupree feels like he did everything right in that round, and he still gets orbed. And it's kind of like Falcons v FaZe right now is the, is it Mike Tyson quote? You know, everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face. Or FaZe delivering a swift uppercut in this round with those AWPs. Sampires. Let's see if Brokey can dodge this. He just goes ahead of it. Full blind, hits the leg shot. Sampires doesn't know how effective his flash was. And Robs creeping in will finish the job. Right now it's just AWPs on AWPs. FaZe putting on a montage.
I mean, we didn't see it, but God, that sounded good from Rain.
Little 2-bullet burst.
All eyes on Magisk as he makes his way up through short. Up on the line, missed shot for Brokey, so he's got himself a little bit of room, but no time. 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Real estate is all this guy possesses. He's got to win fight after fight here if he wants to be in with a chance. First one will connect, but it's wasted precious time. Yeah. And Brokey was ready to go on the jump up that entire round.
Just crouched there waiting for his moment to strike.
Oh, God, this is so reassuring.
Yeah.
I think I actually even felt any sort of nerves for FaZe Clan. This
you were worried.
FaZe Clan, man. Who did I think I was for a moment?
You said the other day, Falcons need to, against Miles, Falcons need to remember who they are. We know what? FaZe have done it instead. Yeah. Absolutely flat.
And hey, I'm happy about that. Yeah. I like that FaZe are out there remembering what this team's accomplished, how they started CS2 and trying to get back there.
Remember Antwerp? Remember Cologne 22?
You cool?
Having a stroke, but yeah.
Falcons. Back to the drawing board. Zonic had some time there to weigh in.
just, I feel like words of encouragement aren't going to cut it at this point, are they? And not to say that strategy is the answer either. Falcons,
I mean,
we've got to stop this tirade of FaZe.
We touched upon it coming in. Snappi's like the top-rated guy, and you said, well, is that a good thing? And I just say, well, probably not, you know? Yeah. And I think that's really true. Like, there's no one's getting you openers, no one's getting trades. You have Dupree and Magis with 1 kill between them, and even then, I feel like I'm doing Magis a bit of a disservice there by sharing his kill with Dupree. Brokey over at Long. They're going to test him. Missed shot on that orb. Dupree's on the board. And Snappi's right there alongside him. Finally, an opener for the Falcons that goes untraded, and a 5-on-3.
Yeah. They've got to win this now. There's kind of no other way to put it at 8-0. Got that long cross coming in. Robs, that smoke shouldn't stop them. They should absolutely walk through it with the cover from the orb. Robs re-peaks. Perfect read. He's been mollied. It's up to the AK. Smoked off on the short side. Now got to wait for Rain, who's just going to go ham. Hog wild. Collects through the smoke. He blinds himself. Frozen burns out a man on the site, and he's trying to climb back up as well. Rain trying to finish what he started. One more kill before Frozen resets around the world and back again. 1v2. Falcons think he's short. Can he use that element of surprise? Both have crossed into the site, and Magis will finish it. Finally, Falcons find a round.
Out of all the ways Magis could have played that 2v1, he took the wildest route to do it.
I think that's what you need to do.
Swinging at CT.
This is a game where you kind of have to now play by the pace and the rules that FaZe have dictated. Fire with fire, Harry. Put the extinguishers away. Let's burn this bitch to the ground.
Indeed.
Double AWP on the T side.
Well, fair enough. Snappi wants to try and get a couple of AWP kills on the board. Rops tested inside of B. They've got him boxed in here. Rops, the util is wrecking him, and some Pius is able to run him down.
It's a great stall for Dupree to not overcommit until his team actually out-tunnels.
Half could end up getting recovered in some ways for Falcons, considering the 8-0 start. The save call has to come through for FaZe here. They're out of money. And so Falcons shooting for 4 here on this first half. And that's now back-to-back rounds they've been successful in, breaking down this B site on the back of an instant rush in through the tunnels. They're not doing anything mind-blowing tactically.
No.
To suddenly be putting up rounds like this where you are just meeting FaZe's confidence and bravado with some of your own on these faster up-tempo rounds has done a lot to kind of change the nature of this first half a bit. We're going to have to see if they can continue the streak, but if they can get 4 rounds out of this T side after all, at least gives them a fighting chance here on Dust2.
Just especially with how it started, it did not feel like that was going to be attainable.
I was worried for a moment we were going to have just a flawless game from FaZe, which would have been sick, but also you hope for a bit more competition this late in the competition.
Yeah. Come this far to go nowhere else. But no, we have that opportunity for the Falcons to make this game interesting now. Let's see if they can do right by it. FaZe actually eco. They're playing for next. They've still got these safe guns. Give them a go. Who will play first? Cat push coming in. They're going to crunch middle. Good read for Snappi. He's had an idea of what they're doing. Falcon's going to pop this B site again. Very limited util, so Carrigan just comes swinging and winning. He re-peeks on a reload, and that loses one more rifle. Frozen Armorless picks it up. But I think Falcons are in a very good position right now. They've got their back covered. They're facing forward 2v2. I feel like Rain has shot his A4, but Falcons don't seem aware that both players are mid at the moment. Boost up is nice, pixel gap, but nothing to be seen over the plat. And even spam connects. I mean, don't need to save, but you know you can't win the round phase, so Falcons are aware as well. They'll come in for the kill. And Rain just going to try and make that buy a little bit better. Or maybe find the orb. Nope. Falcons onto a third. There it is.
Yeah, they are successfully kind of breaking back through right at the close. If you're FaZe, you don't want to feel like you let them back in. And so I think this final round of the half actually represents something pretty significant here. For FaZe, if they're able to 9-3 this, feel like they They course corrected right at the end, and they didn't let Falcons streak together 4.
Yeah,
They're even calling in the timeout now to try and
That's nice.
keep their control over this first half.
Yeah.
I can understand as well why for Snappi he started bringing out the AWP. Sampaius hasn't found a whole lot of success with it. In the few rounds you've seen him adorn it, he's had 1 kill on the AWP so far. So that means Magisk and Snappi have both had as many AWP kills as Sampaius. And so just wanting to have that presence a little bit earlier on, wanting to kind of have that ability to shut down some of these very active stances in mid, it lets you free up Sampaius a little bit to go with the rest of the pack, and Snappi's able to hold these long angles. And when you think about how FaZe have been playing, how they've been pushing and prodding, I think it made a lot of sense. But now the money's run out, at least to kind of go for the... Look at... Oh, no, it hasn't. Snappi is 7,500. I misread that. So yeah, he's just decided to give that up. But that's all well and good. Out towards long. Falcons taking a bit of space, and Madden's going to spam Carrigan out. Rain can't withstand this. Falcons, another up-tempo round here.
Yeah, these have been the best ones. They've done 2 B pops, 2 long pops, and they're on for their 4th round win off the back of it. 4v3 here. Brokey in the site. And Robs and Frozen close by, looking to commit to this A hold. Can Magisk fake, or will he just walk into B for info? Because he has no utility right now. So the option to go back to spawn to B is a call for Falcons, but it's just a lot of time that FaZe can use to regain information. This is nice though. Leave the bomb back through spawn, leave the AWP in the pit, throw that fake on A. I think you need more numbers on B just to be insured, but right now, as we can see, Falcons can just strut into that B bomb site with no issue. Frozen's getting curious. Falcons are really stalling this out. It's the 2nd exec on long to really sell that fake, as Snappi comes even in with a short smoke as well. That will sell it. That absolutely should at least. Falcons need to go soon as Snappi crosses in.
Snappi's selling this very, very well. He has kept all of FaZe here. All the util he can muster.
I love how much
3
time
players
he's
for
buying.
FaZe just bogged down over on A.
Perfect for Snappi.
On plant coming in, that means FaZe is going to get the realization that it is this B play. Do the short players want to try and get out of there? Sampaius still over at long. He's unaccounted for. Backstabbing on Brokey. And the follow-up. Frozen, iced out. And that leaves it all on Rops. 1v3, goes back looking for this AWP, but this is wasting even more time. And the sun shines for Sampaius there as he gives Falcons something to look forward to going into this second half. Well, Rain, it spearheads that first half with a ludicrous scoreline to see FaZe Clan through to 8 rounds. Rain's performance made tactics feel like they were going out the window. Bit of a virus spreading through the minds of Team Falcons. And now they've awoken the mind virus. How do Falcons respond to this? They managed to chain together 4 right down the tail end of that half. That's thanks to some up-tempo calls from Snappi and co. And a lovely fake in that final round.
Oh, that's a good open.
And some Pius might be back.
Let's see this kill. No.
Oh, hang on, come on.
He's gone again. Headshot back to spawn. Oh, we got the full names today.
Well, you did. Madden, can he withstand this? It's just Madden, just one guy out on an island, tapping away. Ooh. Madden makes it look easy. Now he's going to call for his friends, or teammates at least. They make their way over.
My team's bigger than your team.
That much is true. Brokey's getting run at. The Falcons, they swarm.
Yeah, you're losing it there. Bit of a migration to the A site. Not so much the insects as Falcons come through with 5 rounds. Okay, man, this is a game now. 4 rounds in a row at the end of the T side after Falcons realize that just running at FaZe might be the best way to do it. And, well, FaZe run back at them, but Falcons find the pistol round. So let's see what we've got here as they try and amass a comeback on a map that statistically has been all right for the Falcons. It's been pretty good as far as we're concerned. As far as a map goes for this team, picking into it a lot. Wins over Astralis, VP, Big, even the Mongols. Whereas FaZe have had certainly trouble against, you know, the best teams in the world on this map, so
I think if you're FaZe, there will very quickly, as this game closes up, be an inescapable feeling that you have let Falcons back in.
Yeah.
In a game that was entirely under your control. And there's no avoiding that feeling unless you're able to get away with something in a round like this, in this sort of force buy. Because if not, if you fall down here, suddenly Falcons are 1 round away from you. And then it goes from a game you were flawless, 8-0 up in, to one where there's 1 rounds between you both.
It's not ideal, is it?
It changes the way it's feeling to FaZe Clan. So for now, they can still, you know, play with that bravado, play with that confidence. They lean over towards middle. They're going to try and get in towards this B site. Oh. Ajiskin Dupree.
Ouch.
Hostily duo of old. Looking to keep FaZe out, and with the backstab on the cards from Snappi, okay. It's a clean round put forward from the Falcons.
That was just really nicely done. They hard commit to middle. They let FaZe into upper tunnels while they have util down, and the spam from CT is very effective as well. Snappy's pushing up on long. Just a nice crunch for Falcons, and their teeth remain intact. So 1 round game, presuming nothing happens here with the Deagles. That's a fairly safe presumption. Oh dear, yeah, double think. Nothing to worry about though. Are you coming back to that feeling you had in round 1?
Of the fear?
The fear?
Yeah,
the fear is gripping.
The fear is back.
The fear is gripping you, Harry. Will you succumb to the fear?
It's not me who is going to be succumbing to it. It might be FaZe with how tight this game's gotten all of a sudden. Like, I know we were praising them for the 8-0 start, but Falcons are about to do it right back. This is 7 rounds continuously put forward from the Falcons. And so now we get the return to rifles for FaZe Clan. This is where, if they want to put this game to bed, if they want to go back to their winning ways, they're going to have to now break through the Falcons' money with those 3 rounds coming down the stretch that were very clean for Falcons.
we've all been in this position before. You're just saying, all right, guys, let's focus up now. Let's not throw this. We were having fun. We're in a great position. Let's finish what we started. But Falcons, they got some wind in their sails.
Been in this position before in terms of scoreline, sure, but not many of us has been in the elimination game for Cologne, and that adds a whole different element to this.
A lot of pressure on, well, FaZe.
Especially for a FaZe clan that you've seen slip from that form they showcased throughout the entire start of CS2.
Yeah, there's no doubt that FaZe v potentially Liquid rematch, which people are expecting today, is a very close, very, very difficult game, but we all kind of expected FaZe to win today. So, on this one. So let's see if Falcons can change the script. Nade in middle, Carrigan trying to pick Dupree. He's got some support, but FaZe going very slow and steady in this round. 50 seconds. Snappi can activate long at any point if FaZe go for a mid to B play. It looks like they're interested. Ollie back off the catwalk. There's no fakery here. And they have got a great setup, FaZe. There's only one player at this B bomb site. Madden has to commit through the smoke to give his teammate a fighting chance and fight he shall for two. It's all a fake. They're going into the stack and Snappi starting to activate on the flank.
Oh, but he doesn't elect to head up through middle. That will change his mind with Brokey finding a kill in towards the A site. Sampaio holds the line. Keeps them from moving in and continues just trying to challenge on this scout. He wants them worried. He wants to buy time for Snappi to get set up. Robs won't even get to play into this. So the round is won from the Falcons. Robs locked out. Nothing to do here. Nothing to see.
I feel like FaZe just misread that situation. After Madden gets 2 kills, that scares them away from going to mid to B because it's taken too long and potentially they're scared of 2 more players in that B bomb site. So trying to speed it up towards A. Running into that scout, even with 1 clean entry from Brokey, Sampaio buys a lot of time. And FaZe just gets stuck in limbo. Would have loved to just see Rops commit with his team there. He's trying to go on a big flank, but it's so reliant on his squad actually getting the entries, and they never do. So that's a very ugly round to lose for FaZe. Where you wonder if Rops is coming up cat with Frozen, do they just win it from firepower alone? We've seen a lot of rounds like that on the T side for FaZe in tournaments gone by, where Robs feels like he's not actually playing into the round. So many times on like Mirage, where he's just holding Palace and ramp from T-spawn, and his team are getting massacred in middle. Questions for FaZe. Carrigan trying to give us the answers. Opening kill. And Rain. I trust in Rain. 2 KD right now. Trying to pick this AWP on car, perhaps.
Oh, they're actually going to change it up and go mid to B. Fast change of plans here, but good util from the Falcons. Slow down this mid play into Magisk. He only is able to put up 1, but that now leaves Dupree. The lone gunman trying to hold down this B site, and they line up for Dupree. Reposition, tucks himself back in, steals himself away. He's still got more fight left in him, but Brokey gets rid of it. Plant down for Brokey, gonna need a clutch here to keep FaZe in the lead. At this point, it's not about regaining that glory, it's just about maintaining this lead, and Madden goes early, but Brokey is low, he's wounded, and he's up against the Sampaio that has recovered from that slow start. Moving on in, Sampaio, 1 bullet would end this, but it's Brokey! Standing and delivering for FaZe Clan when they needed it most. He's broken the 8-round streak of Falcons with that 1v3 right there.
What an unbelievable post-farm position. He's 3 health. He knows he has to make concessions. And Brokey just stands in the middle of the open. Ice-cold clutch from Brokey. Why did Madden run? He got flashed in, maybe feeling Brokey was blind off of it. Nothing of the sort. And Madden gives away his early flank timing to give Brokey that clutch.
It took a monumental amount of individual effort just there from Brokey to keep the lead for FaZe Clan. Now we see if that is a turning point, if that is a tipping point in this game. Will that reignite the FaZe Clan T side? It feels like it might, as Frozen's opened, Magisk can't withstand. And so it's Frozen's time in the sun now. Melts down 2 on the entry as Carrigan comes in with the backstab. Falcons 8 straight, now losing 2 in a row, starts to call their money into question. And so FaZe reaching double digits, maybe regaining some composure here late in the second half.
It's almost like the realization Falcons had at that 8-0 down deficit as well, right? Just keep it a little more simple. Let's go for these pop plays. Let's run out through B with some good util and a double entry from Frozen. The round gets done off the back of it. Love to see that from FaZe. Reactivated late in this game after a huge comeback from Falcons, it has to be said. 10-8. And Falcons money under duress right now. Gonna have to eco around this saved AWP and M4. Final time I used for Falcons. Good time to use it. But no question the FaZe are puffing their chest up after those explosive rounds. Great to see Brokey find his form again. Not been a necessity in this game just yet, but that 1v3 has absolutely changed the tune of this match.
Streaks on streaks. And in this game of crazy eights, gambles might have to be made. From the Falcons, some Pious and Snappi, the 2 hero guns. Right now split between both bomb sites. It's that AWP that finds itself over towards B, hoping for a chance at the opener, but FaZe are slow on this side of the map. The entire nature of this round is about figuring out where these guns are, where they can press these advantages. Snappi might be the first in the danger zone here. There's peaks starting to happen now all across the map for FaZe. They're slowly moving into more vulnerable positions. This fight between Carrigan and Snappi. And Carrigan's toying with him, teed up. Perfect flashbang. And that's now one of these guns removed. They're going to stay away from B. They've got that kill onto the M4 up on short, and you know that everyone else is lacking. You still have presence outside of the B site. FaZe, on a whim, can change their mind here.
Madden's fighting the urge to push any further, but he needs contact elsewhere on the map before he does so. And that smoke might be the trigger to make him go. So another entry for FaZe is gifted into their hands. And the AWP, if anything, that's a warning system that FaZe are happy to receive. They can run amok into this MTA site, knowing they're at least avoiding the biggest ticket that Falcons have in this round.
Yeah, Rops dies there, but his death is not in vain. That was the bit of info that FaZe was searching for the entire round. They wanted to know where that AWP was. So it's an easy decision to get away from it. Back-to-back 8-round streaks with FaZe breaking through on the back of Brokey's 1v3 clutch in a game that thus far been dominated by the old boys of FaZe Clan, Rain and Carrigan being the ones to really storm the board in that initial 8-round streak. It's reassuring that it's Brokey to bring them back into the fold, and now they're looking to do good on that clutch.
Oh, through the car as well. And yeah, Frozen, not just this kill, but he comes up with that double entry on the B hit the round after Brokey gets that AWP, gets that 1v3 rather. So from old to new, FaZe put on a show here on the T side. 3 rounds straight, and Falcons, they did eco that, keep in mind. It was just safe guns. Tried to make it a little bit interesting, but a good pop flash play from Carrigan called out middle. And now FaZe have to beat the biggest buy yet. Zonic trying to inspire some confidence here. This is the round for Falcons. The game relies on it.
Yeah, this is what they put all their stock into.
No kits. They have the money for it. Never a fan.
Let's see if that comes back to be the ruin of Falcons here. Made on the smoke in middle, but Madden plays ahead of it. once again, Rob's lurking outside of B, just keeping some pressure on with lurk, smoke, and spam. That's at least going to keep 2 players over towards this B site. Dupree kind of pivoting between middle and assisting Magisk on the B hold, but the rest of FaZe stack up in these long doors. Snappi, we've touched upon his performance for the Falcons here across the event. He's been stellar. He's been the standout guy, and he can't quite deal with Brokey, sure. But he's done what he had to in the round. A quick double from the captain of the Falcons. Leaves it all on Brokey and Rops. In a 2v4 where they don't have the info, they don't have the whereabouts of these CTs.
But they do have the money, so there is definitely temptation for FaZe to throw their hat in the ring and attempt a little battle on the B site. Falcons play it smart. They tuck in 2B, making sure they can't lose this hard to retake site. Not with it, at least getting 1 kill for their name, and it doesn't matter anyway because FaZe is just saving this one. Trying to guarantee maximum buys in the future and knowing this 2v4 is a very difficult round with no position. So Falcons get in. Snappi, he's had another huge impact round for the Falcons. You've talked him up, Harry. He's delivered in a couple of these moments. Falcons only sit a couple rounds behind FaZe.
Oh, I mean, Snappi didn't realize it in the moment because he looked frustrated that he didn't get the third, but that double kill was enough to win them the round.
Never a guarantee where FaZe still have players standing. Some pious blind has picked the top performer of FaZe in middle.
I mean, Pius had 1 AWP kill in the first half. He was borderline a non-factor. I mean, actually, I say he got a couple down the stretch, like right at the end. But for the longest time, 1 AWP kill found from the guy. And since he got that multi-kill where they kind of played right into him over towards A, he's been an altogether different beast. He spoke about how he's had issues with his confidence. But this is what it's like when Pius gets rolling, gets going. An opener found makes this a tricky round for FaZe Clan, and they've never been given a chance to equalize that out. Instead, they are being given room across the map. So they're taking long, they're taking short, looking for this A split. Rops facing off against Snappi. The multi-kill he achieved here in that last round was enough to take it for Falcons. This time he's only going to have 1 presented. The bulk of the hit coming in towards short. 3 players strong as Carrigan dives down into the spawn. Now this has to be communicated, but Madden gets hung out to dry. Snappi still determined to win this fight on the long side. Are they ready for Dupree? Frozen checks it. A 3v3 post-plant. FaZe have battled their way back into this round. Now they've got to take it over the line. They've got to go 1 step further. Magisk moving up through the spawn. Some noise made. They know about this CT player. He's not being discreet about it. Flash to try and tee up Madden for the cross, but it's Brokey ringing out with a kill. Some Pius on for the backstab out through short, but both players are tuned on the angle. Missed shot, time running out. Some Pius, the pressure might be getting to him here. He can't play into this one. FaZe knew where he is. They don't let him move, and even as Some Pius finds kills on the exit, it's a dying battle here for the Falcons as FaZe respond 4v5 when that one begins, and they manage to break through.
Yeah, map point now for FaZe. What a perfect clear on Dupree. That is the feeling like the round-winning kill before it's even over to make it a 3v3. It gives FaZe the bomb plant. It gives them position for the AWP, and line Brokey up in a post plant. He won't let you down, as we've already learned this game. Poor Snappi, he even wins his lurk fight on long, but it's not enough to tempt Falcons back into a round. And now they got to do 3 straight as FaZe go back to all reliable on this B site. If they end B again, this is going to be a very weak hold with just one player here. But Falcons look like they want to take the fight in middle. Live and die by the cat control. A bait and switch setup with Madden tucked in. He could have lived in that corner, but he doesn't want to risk it as he hears the molly come down. They still have Sun Pius in position. Madden drops it very loud. Perhaps hoping to bait someone into this AWP. Sun Pius doesn't fire on the first flash. He doesn't fall for it. They send them one out instead. Rain again, 4v5ing for FaZe as Carrigan tries to hunt down the mid man, but they're getting turned into mulch here. Dupree goes a step too far. 3-on-3. Rops is trying to make the hero play to close this map right now.
Out through the B lurk smoke. So often this has been a red herring. This has been misdirection. Well, the Falcons pluck said red herring out of the round as Rops takes a lot of space. Util out, Magisk right on him. Able to pick that up. And as Brokey arrives late, Frozen still far away, far removed. They gotta get past Magisk sooner rather than later. Just wasting time is Magisk, but he can't find his bearings. And so Brokey breaks him down. Frozen and Brokey left up in this post plot, and now just that AWP player sniped out of the round by Snappi. Falcons get double digits secured, a team ace, a team effort to get them there.
I feel so bad for Robs. He just tries to go for that heroic B-walk. He gets a beautiful timing. He gets into the site, but he goes a step too far. And to be honest, Brokey's Molotov lets him down. It doesn't burn out Magisk, who's playing the same position in almost every round on this B side. FaZe know what to expect. They know what angle to clear, but the molly does nothing. And Robs just sneaks accidentally into the angle. So Magisk, great hold, considering he's alone on this B site in so many rounds. He's rarely getting more than one kill, but he's buying so much time. And Falcons are able to flood in to find their first of 3 rounds required to take us to OT.
Knowing that you put a stop to Brokey in another clutch attempt as well, not only did you stop him, you never even let it get going. You never even let it get interesting. You played so fast with so much time being bought by Magisk over towards B, that you were able to stop that before it became a problem and not repeat mistakes of old, not give Brokey a chance at another clutch.
I mean, you got Glocks out, FaZe.
For FaZe Clan now, I think we've hit a point where it was Carrigan and Rain to get them and deliver that 8-0, that initial strong start. But now we have to look down the rest of the roster. You want Brokey, Frozen, and Rops to be the ones to close this game out for you. More and more Falcons players have come alive as time's gone on. Some Pius scoped up in middle. They blow that smoke open for him. FaZe, they're lucky to still be alive here.
Yeah.
Gonna get deep down the catwalk as a result. Puts them right in the firing line of Snappi. Oh, this could be awkward timing on the util pull. Might have read this one wrong. It's just the one and done from Snappi.
Yeah, it seems like a complete misunderstanding because FaZe tucked behind that lamppost at top middle, so some Pius never saw them all get up catwalk. FaZe have a shot, are winning a near full eco to close this game right now, but that team flash stalls Frozen's repeak, allows Madden's reposition. A 2v2. Bomb not for long, not really, not truly. The flank being split up, short and long. And Magisk with a powerful position to stop this eco round from getting out of control.
Frozen dead, Rops back of the site, having to conceal himself, hide away from long, but they're closing the gap and they split on him together. Those are the rounds where it's very hard to stop FaZe, where they find the cheeky timing out through middle. They're playing like they've got nothing to lose because it's just the pistols. That was a Hail Mary of a round that Falcons were very much on the receiving end of, but they were able to pick it back up.
Dude, if FaZe grab a gun in that post, if they know where Falcons are coming from, they can drop CT, take a weapon, take an AWP or an AK. Instead, they have no information, so Magisk's position is the round winner. But man, Falcons just are lucky that FaZe are stuck on Tech 9s in that 2v2.
FaZe Clan in a game they were leading 8-0. This is their last chance to stop overtime. Back-to-back 8-round streaks from both teams, and now a bloody brawl all the way to the finish line. Out towards long, FaZe play fast, but they're not ready for Magisk. Playing in tandem with Snappi over at the long side. Frozen gets that trade, and Snappi doesn't want to run the risk of going down early. Some Pius plays through lower, and once more, Rain is removed. before he's able to even get to play. Snappi answers the call from Car. 2 players left standing for FaZe Clan. As things heat up for Snappi, he's still knocking players out of the round. And Brokey, he was the one who reignited FaZe Clan in that 1v3. Well, now he's got to go one step further. 1v4 tasked. The clutch man for FaZe Clan. Falcons have him boxed in. There should be no way for Brokey here. 2 players in the site. Orb facing from short. Backstab for dupreeh. Falcons have Brokey in a box. Can he break the mold? Through the smoke, leg spotted at the AWP on short. Brokey's gathering info. 20 seconds left. Time is of the essence. And time might be the thing that decides this. It's forcing him to make a move, forcing him to play into this site. And Snappi's never played his hand. There's the backstab from dupreeh. And so time and time again, they shut down Brokey in clutches. Only this time, it gets them into OT.
That's a genius call for Falcons. They just change absolutely everything that FaZe can expect in this whole half of CT side. Dust2, they push insta double lower. They have a player holding up for tunnels, allowing some Pius to AWP on the most awkward angle you've ever seen. And they have Magis tucked in on long. He's been the B anchor all game. They just change everything and catch FaZe off completely by surprise. It's a new game now. It's overtime between Falcons and FaZe. And this T-side doesn't know what to expect. They've seen it all. Same setup. Sun Pius AWPing, and he will find another 5v4.
Oh, key trade for Rain down in lower, but they weren't ready for dupreeh. Rain's just happy he's got to play around, one that hasn't ended immediately at the first turn of the mid-control. Madden aggressing out through short. Oh, spotted but not dealt with. It's Carrigan in the firing line.
Peace.
And so they managed to get out, equalizing this over in middle. 2v2 secured. Madden re-aggressing. And Frozen with a gnarly flick back has opened up the route to the A play.
They should know that Magis is B. The only doubt is because of this double tunnel setup. They saw dupreeh and some Pius in position, but now they figured it out. Magis on a big flank. No kit at the moment. Madden did drop one in his wake. So Magis has time on his side, but a smoke to break through. He's just going to walk it. Flash, not primed. And FaZe making no noise. They could be anywhere right now. That fear for Magisk is making him slow down. Hold this smoke. There's 20 seconds off the bomb. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot here. There's surely no time to win this round with Frozen tucked in. There's a molly for the site. But Magis will fall in the first fight, so FaZe come through despite being 4v5 and take that first round of overtime.
I mean, you see why, as that went down the stretch, these early kills on terrain were mattering so much for Falcons. In the one round where they don't find him early, he goes on to pick up 3. Rain is still very much bringing that form from the first half. Just the AWPs have been getting the better of him over in middle. So much like he did to open the series, Rain has kept them in this.
This is an exciting game. I'd love to see FaZe go for a B pop here. They're only 3 strong, maybe relying on the AWP pick. We'll see if Magisk, who's been pretty dependable on this site, will give anything away. But the molly into the smoke, into vision, obscured for FaZe, so they go back to their default. No doubt if Magisk does give them a kill there, that FaZe are ready to explode, but they've got a backup plan. dupreeh and some Pius, they have just been tied together in this CT side, making plays and aggressive moves in middle. dupreeh tucks in anticipation of a flash, knowing some Pius has his back, and he hits that top flick. Are they ready for dupreeh?
They're not going to play through middle. They completely up and leave it, all just grouping back in the tunnels. And that might actually work to FaZe's benefit here, as the B bomb site only occupied by Magisk. Dupree starting to rotate over. Madden doing much the same. Very, very quickly, Falcons are going to have bodies over here, but Dupree and Magisk can't hold the line. That AWP of Brokey stands and delivers.
That's a massive double kill for Brokey, considering Magisk plays as long as he can. Yet again, just got his stopwatch out as the molly ticks. It's still not enough. Lots of damage done by the util of Falcons, but FaZe break through with a beautiful double entry for Brokey. Just holds and lets them swing into his crosshair. And these guns, these saves, far from guaranteed either, but feels like Falcons have taken enough space, avoided Frozen, who was holding long. And they will get away with this AWP.
I mean, this is exactly what FaZe Clan needed, because for the longest time there, Sampius was starting to match the top man for FaZe Clan, right? He was starting to go blow for blow with Rain over in middle, shutting him down and out of rounds. But ever since that clutch, Brokey's been reignited. So now you have this even split on 44 kills between Brokey and Rain. And it's this double star power that's helping FaZe now that we've got into extra time, now that we've hit OT. Brokey instrumental in that round, no doubt about it.
Just with so much entry power for FaZe, Brokey's so good in those situations where he's in the pack on a site hit. Look at just how he maneuvers. Quick flick back to Magisk's head, saves his entire team from getting sprayed down, and then just pre-scopes window, knowing his team can take the space and he can deal with any Falcons players who want to dip in. And they kind of have to, because they're already down by players. If Falcons sit back and play retake, it's just too risky, it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, you're also thinking you have somewhat of the element of surprise in the third player swinging through windows so quickly. So great awareness from FaZe on the other side to be ready to deal with that. Timeout called in for Falcons off the top of this round. They at least need something on this CT side.
Yeah. Considering how regulation started as well. CT streaks for FaZe responded to by Falcons. A very different game now. Brokey eats nade molly on long. 2 smokes wasted on long for Falcons at the same time. Bit of a miscommunication.
And really not the time for it.
No.
Snappi and Magisk both sacrificing their util over at long. Sampius scopes up over in middle, but worried he's already missed the timing and that they're already up the catwalk. He starts to slip away. Snappi gets bested on the boost outside of long.
What a read.
That extra smoke would have been really appreciated there from Snappi as he tries to anchor down the long side. And so a grave mistake, a small error with big consequences. Nets FaZe this opener for a flawless T-half. Magisk tries to make amends, tries to make up for it. And with Brokey low on health, he can't commit out through the long doors. It's a lengthy reposition to bring him back up and through the short side. Sampius strikes out one. Robs has been found. Magisk wrestles with Rain, but can't get out ahead of him. And as Madden jumps up, it's to his demise, all leaving this on Dupree. Shooting for anything at the end of this half, but nothing found, nothing gained. A big hat-trick from Carrigan and openers from Rain. Net FaZe, a flawless T-side.
Yeah, Carrigan covering 2 box-climbing players there and trading out Robs with his back turn. So influential kills coming out from the Danish in-game leader of FaZe. And a flawless half that puts Falcons in our crosshairs on their map pick. Can they right their ship on a T side that took them 8 rounds to even get activated? Only time will tell.
I mean, when they broke through, it was with the pace change of playing faster, but you're going to feel really hesitant to do that now after grinding this game all the way into OT.
Yeah.
With only 1 chance as well. Any misstep, any mow down, and that's it. Your time on Dust2 is over.
Yeah, you want to be able to mid-round. You want to be able to let your players go for slow picks and let Sampius work his AWP, because you want to rush long and hope FaZe don't have a flash setup ready and a multiple players stack. You want to risk it all on just popping into B. It just feels like wasted potential, so Falcons will go slow. Is that to their betterment or detriment? Rain and Spawn. They've got a mid to B smoke coming in, but he has a nade. And with 2 players in the B bomb side, we saw FaZe win these rounds time and time again in regulation. Even Brokey, who could pop a fight in middle once Rain calls his HE. Frozen getting spotted. There's the grenade going out. Clean entry, but dupreeh flicks around and takes a second kill. That was not what you bargained for. Karrigan runs past Madden, no clue that he's a dead man walking, and Rops falls without anything to say. It's another Dane with another 3K, but this time for Falcons.
Brokey drops down into middle.
Give it a go.
Surely not. Surely he's not attempting this. 1v5 as it begins. Smoked off at B. 2 players hunting him. Right now, in front of this guy, there's only 2. Behind him lurks the remainder of the Falcons. But yeah, Brokey, that one shot. Sure, it was pretty. Made him move towards the bomb site, but a dead man now as he walks out middle. Surely manages to get past Magisk.
Yeah. Harry,
they're leaving the site.
At the site.
They're trying to hunt Brokey down. Oh, dead! Brokey with a blinder! Open routing towards B, but the Molly in tunnels slows his roll, and so Brokey's going to run for the hills.
Deep breath, everyone.
Oh my God, for a moment you were getting worried.
Everyone exiting. I didn't like to see that, but Falcons keep a Molotov. Those were some
that shot. And on to dupreeh, no less. The guy who opened the round with 3 huge kills. There's no hunting Brokey. He gets out with the AWP, but it's Falcons to take the first on their T side in overtime on the back of a beautiful 3K from dupreeh.
Yeah, that would have been a 1v5 for the ages, but not one that even Falcons can afford to lose. What a turnaround for dupreeh. Despicable shot.
After he hit that shot, he was going for it, and they're lucky they had the Molotov to completely cool that off.
Don't want to fight that guy, not in that form. Okay, here we go, back in. Rob's actually made it lower. They didn't see him. Snappi ran up mid. He threw an HE, which actually made them both lose vision. But Robs knew exactly what Snappi meant from that utility. Puts that second AWP to use yet again.
This is a very awkward start to the round for Falcons. A man down so early on a player pushing through lower tunnels that goes untraded. No one was in a position to lend a helping hand there. And so now Snappi, someone who has very much had his moments here on Dust2, is having to sit back. Does he have the faith in his squad to keep them in this T side? Going to be able to call from beyond the grave.
FaZe aren't playing that cocky AO style anymore. They know with a 5-on-4 in overtime on map point, this is their best bet. Fall back to your bomb site, play standard, tuck in, and burn the clock. Because Falcons only have bits and bobs left to play with 2 smokes. And 1 chance to fight back from this 4v5. It's a mid to B split.
Just like in that first half where FaZe were 8-0 up, you don't want to feel like you let Falcons back in here. You said it a minute ago, this is their best chance to close out this game. Falcons make a play out through middle. This time Madden leads the charge, but can't live up to the hype of dupreeh. That flash is awkward. dupreeh lobs that over, but it does go unpunished. There's that AWP swinging out from behind default, and Rops will close. FaZe Clan, it takes clutches from Brokey, big performances from Rain, but they eventually get this one over the line. Battled, bruised, and bloodied after going blow for blow with Falcons on Dust2.
Into game 2, they're a lot more warmed up, they're a lot more ready, they know they can compete with FaZe, but the issue is that was their strongest map, and now we go to one where, well, the track record ain't great. It's not like FaZe have been playing Tier 1 teams recently on this one either, though. Not consistently, at least, so still feels like FaZe should be able to 2-0 this series after they take the first one. But some Pious at the forefront, they're going for a little A-pop.
Some Pious spotting sightlines open here as he's not blocked off back in Temple, but nothing connects. He went on a real recovery back on Dust2, did some Pious. But immediately dinked on down low after Rain deals a lot of damage onto these cave players. And there's layers still to come on this attack from FaZe Clan. Late lurk out through middle. At this point, FaZe know everyone's coming through CT and Temple. Karrigan swings it wide. Support in from back at the donut, and oh, hang on a second. 2 quick kills come through for the Falcons. Kits on Snappi, hits on the captain. Rob's too far away. Defuse being held. They won't get him off the bomb in time. And so Snappi snipes that defuse right from under FaZe Clan's nose.
Oh, FaZe jumped the gun. They think they've already won the round. They're calling fight together. Everyone's peeking, but that's a donut plant with 2 players in donut from the post. They can win that for taking their hands off their keyboards. But FaZe go for the throat as Snappi sneaks it out from underneath them. How, he says. That's a disaster round to lose for FaZe.
No wait to see Falcons get going here on Ancient.
It's just so much better for the mentality of Falcons, not even just the money.
I think a lot of folks would have tried to fight Karrigan there. I mean, they know where he is. They know they have that 2v1. But smoke on the bomb. Snappi just calls for the instant defuse.
And again, Rops' big flanking through CT. Just, you wonder if a play like that is necessary. If he stays donut, it's free control of the bomb.
Could have been a better closer to the pistol, to be fair. But now FaZe left with just these pistols and already losing. Karrigan early on to open it up. Rain always down and give us something to look forward to here, but it's just the one and done. They're toying with Madden, trying to throw his aim off. So we'll at least net them that 1 kill from Brokey.
Well done for Falcons, though. They should be fine to close this round. Only question is, can Brokey just stick the bomb? They shouldn't let him. Some biases run through CT, so Brokey's eyes are tuned to his position. And it's a nice conversion. I won't say clean for Falcons. 2 deaths against Eco. But they can get off to a good start here with a buy round now from FaZe. Mid-control, nice double molly for Falcons. Taking that space immediately, and they're going to go up heaven with it. Even the cave break almost sets Rain up for the kill, but he gets pinched between Snappi and that mid player. Frozen running out through the smoke on his own. But it will only work so well. Look at the control Falcons have in this round. They will choose to give up middle. That's only because Snappi is there from the B side, leaving Magis, sees the flash over the top, full blind. And Karrigan could just run up B right now. Do FaZe make that realization happen that this site is completely open? They were looking for Snappi in heaven, but he's actually resetting for a big flank.
I like that he's not jumped the gun on this.
You might need to.
FaZe now are moving in, but that's at least confirmed.
Okay.
Madden holds down the fort. Snappi's trying to get a move on, but Madden is very, very low. Rops is going to go looking for this and takes one of the dome. Rops now wounded. Snappi all the way through middle, played it late, and Rops is going to deal with him. The awareness on this guy.
How can you read that considering, sure, it's the last known position Snappi had, but it's been so long, and surely you're just thinking, he would have team. We made it pretty clear we were coming B there. With plenty of warning after picking Magisk. But Robs just edges down the corner and takes his head off with no room for error.
It was the 3 HP clutch from Brokey on Dust2 that brought FaZe back into the fold, and now Robs has offered up a 5 HP 1v2.
Now they're still down a man in this round, so they need clean entries here. Dupree gives them anything but. Trying to live, getting back into the donut as the execute comes in for FaZe. They may have the space, but they don't have the numbers. Even planting this bomb, there could be pressure from Falcons. That's a great flash. Falcons still want to go, though. It's bought them a couple of seconds. Can Robs get out of danger? No. Madden catches him jumping round the corner. 2-on-5 right now. It's just a bloodthirst in this site for Falcons, and they're getting the kills required.
That was just a lineup for Rain, though. Don't underestimate this guy in a clutch. 5 on ammo, 5 bullets, and they would all have to count.
If he had a mag, maybe he can just pre-spray some players, but got to pick and choose his taps. And Falcons overwhelm him. Nice round out of Dupree. Those 2 opening kills are so consequential, and he's able to reset after the fact.
Over the course of the tournament, I feel like we've just seen the vibes get better and better from the Falcons squad.
Sure.
They were heading into games looking dejected before they'd even played to open up the tournament run, but as it's gone on and they've been beating more and more opponents, kind of trying to grind their way through this, having closer affairs, closer games, matches they can be more proud of. You've certainly seen a kind of improvement in the demeanor of the team. Fast opener for Frozen. Dupree is surprised by the pace.
Yeah.
Just goes looking for that trade. He's at least got that one in the bag. Rotate in from Madden as well, going to keep things even, but all of a sudden, Rain cooks up that trade, and they know where Magisk is. This was one of the low-buy rounds for FaZe Clan. They put money in. And thanks to that opening kill, kind of throwing everything into disarray, the rest of FaZe are able to break down that A-hold.
Dupree has been watching his demos because he just throws the donk combo in middle, which is a molly and just a right-click nade on top of it. But he is so surprised that Brokey has the pace with the Mac-10 to actually get through it. So fantastic spawn play that completely catches Dupree off guard, and that just sets FaZe up for an instantaneous split on this A site. Breaking the money finally from Falcons.
I mean, this is a very tight opening couple of rounds. It's been back and forth since the results of round 2. Thought Falcons had done enough, sticking the landing on the conversions, but it's been this back and forth affair to open, and the longer that goes on, starts to lean to the advantage of the T side. Things are a little cheaper. Money's a little easier to come by with bomb plants. But Falcons have no choice but to try and keep that pressure on. So they force up here as well. Seen them find success with this once already. Aggressive stance down in middle. FaZe have barely even left spawn yet. They're anticipating the aggression. They're anticipating these SMGs and pistols, trying to get close, and they know that Falcons won't have the util to keep this up.
Yeah, late mid-execute here for FaZe instead, but still close SMG with Dupree covering. You're running into kind of Falcons' best bet here in middle. Dupree plays anti-flash, is going to turn back on Madden's contact, and it's required, but not enough. 2 for 1 for FaZe. Still with more map control to boot. Rain awaiting B aggression. And FaZe make a safe call to just walk out A main together. Looks like no execute smoke to give Falcons any forewarning as to this play. And on a round like this, it wouldn't be a bad move for someone to get aggressive from Falcons. Some players to perhaps just start flanking. That step for Rain makes it look like a B play.
At this point, Falcons have very much pieced it together, and they even chased down that kill onto Rain. That one bit of noise, enough for them to react to, but they're very far removed from the round. So much of this now hinges on some Pius.
Yeah.
If he's able to get the opener, on his position alone, you're interested in retaking the round. But if he's able to find Rops here, suddenly they want to go for it. And Rops, head on his swivel, aware as always, turns around and deals with that main flank.
Okay, he had that awkward pistol round, right, where he's going for the flank, and his team definitely let him down there as well. But since that point, Rops has been a rock. Gets that 1v1 clutch, has had some crucial entry kills. That's a round deciding frag from Rops to stop the flank. FaZe look like they might just die with the bomb here. Oh, Brokey surviving. Very low health. It's a 3-3 scoreline with a couple of guns held onto by Falcons.
Yeah, but this should be where FaZe are breaking through. They've finally won out 2 in a row. It's no longer this back and forth brawl right off the top of the game.
Yeah. It's just whether these rifles can be put to use to any serious degree.
Yeah, 3 guns still in play is no small feat for Falcons.
How do they have 3 guns? Only 2 survive.
Yeah. Wait.
Someone may be left.
Yes.
Might just be the HUD.
That's what's happened.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I was also confused.
I swear only 2 lived. They're sporting guns now. Yeah, we got a bit of a crash, so no problem.
Snappi is gone. Thinking like, man, he's really done well there.
Yeah, just clone him.
Got a whole extra. He's kept that up his sleeve till an important moment.
Sonic locked in right now.
So now I do have a bit more confidence. This is where FaZe should be breaking through.
Yeah. 3 guns. That
is a different story.
Too many guns. We're back in though, folks.
Going to be looking at Snappi and Magisk and what they're able to accomplish here in this round.
FaZe have been playing very grouped, very execute heavy. Haven't really touched this B-bomb site that much. All in all.
Yeah, there's often been kind of indications that the rounds might start there, but more often than not, they've looked to follow through with the A plays.
They've seen their biggest threats at B, right? This lane control's been pretty good for Falcons, climbing heaven a lot, supportive flashes on CT. FaZe have just enjoyed throwing these A executes. This is a round they know for sure Falcons won't have utility. So B seems like a far better option. Gonna get the gunfights they're looking for, and not gonna have to worry about pesky flashes or molly setups. Here we go.
And the spam fight against Rain, it's a risky move, but they lose Snappi on that initial push down through the ramp. That's one of those guns knocked out of the round without being able to find a thing.
Yeah, cycle that. Don't let them pick it up. It's FaZe look to finish the job on this B-bomb site. 2 players in the cave. Could just get spammed even. Far from safe. At this point, they've got to know it's cave. It's an eco after all, so what are you waiting for? Bomb's going to get tapped. Carrigan dealing with it well. And this AK can have a go, try and get some damage onto FaZe, but winning the round is a tough cry for Magisk. There's the first.
1v3 effectively over towards B, and yeah, that rifle gets knocked out straight away.
Clinical from Robs. He's kept it up. He has absolutely kept it up. Keep our eyes on this guy. 7-3. Just from the eye test, absolutely passing it right now in crucial round-deciding kills. It's what we want to see out of Robs.
And now the AWP joins the field for FaZe Clan. Brokey getting a don that. Flat rifles for the Falcons as they try to fight for this mid control. A lot of these rounds starting with A left open as they try to battle for the lane.
Yeah, risky call to make for Falcons considering how many A pops we've seen for FaZe, but it's worked out yet again. They've got all this B control. FaZe are fine with retaking lane. They actually have great util to do so. The flashes over the top and often smoking in front of the cave.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the other problem with this mid take, especially when you're kind of bringing the rifles out for the first time, is it's very resource intensive, right? The round has only just begun, and sure, they get away with the early lane control. They've stopped FaZe exerting any presence here right off the top of the round, but now for the remaining minute, they have got 1 Molotov, and that is it for the util for this Falcons squad.
Classic Carrigan combo, just Molly on the cubby. There's that cave smoke, and he's going to flash his team back out. So they're trading util. They know the FaZe will go back to this protocol, but they still have enough. They still have more than Falcons to execute this B-bomb site. And the kicker is this layer in middle. Is Frozen lurking out, and Rops holding the extremity. Brutal entry from Rain. Snappi pushed back into the cave. He is cornered, cowering as his team come in for support. But FaZe don't have a smoke for this. 30 seconds, they're bailing. It couldn't come at a better timing. Opening up a runway to that A site. FaZe need to take it right now.
I mean, they can hear Falcons starting to move away, but
some hesitation on this one. I'm getting a bit scared for FaZe.
Yeah, Falcons have got here very, very quickly.
Oh,
Agis springing out. They try to stay one step ahead, and as Brokey moves in, from the position named after him, Pius comes swinging.
There was a real hesitation when FaZe killed that A main push of Dupree. No one takes space. They hang around on B too long. And for a moment, it looked like it was going to work because Falcons actually started leaving B before FaZe left B. Falcons were red before FaZe were middle. That's why they're 2 set up on A already. So FaZe either had to go immediately off that kill, or they had to delay and then walk into B late. They did neither.
Yeah, it's extra frustrating for FaZe because they get everything they were looking for and more in that round. They get the B kill to open up. That's after taking back the lane control that Falcons tried to maintain. And then you get Robs, get the kill on who are pushing Dupree. You feel like that is the recipe to a 1 round. Your lurker gets away with murder and opens up the A play. You're dead on that. Those few moments of hesitancy let Team Falcons get ahead of it.
If Robs doesn't get that kill, I think they just go into the stack in B. So and the weird part about that is that's like a classic Karrigan call. He is so good at 20 seconds of calling after so much B pressure to just run donuts away. Maybe there's some fear of what could be lurking in middle, but that seemed strangely indecisive for FaZe. Some nerves, some shakes shown already.
You can see Falcons trying to stay ahead of Karrigan's T-side calling here. They went for the lane take again, only this time they didn't open 2 mid, 3B, A open. They actually had some Pious playing there off the rip. They were trying to anticipate the move being made by FaZe of taking advantage of this mid take and the A space that's open at the start of rounds. And that doesn't end up happening. Oh. So the A-hold kind of gets dissolved here as Falcons regroup 3 over on the B site. Madden might have a chance at something with a low HP Karrigan right on the corner. Snappi aggressing down through ramp, and this crunch back on the lane later in the round nets them the kills. Falcons, right decision to pull back from that early A-hold and go for the B aggression. But now FaZe will move in and take that empty A site.
It's all on Robs. He needs to find that entry. He's pathed very well, but I feel like Dupree spotted him here, looking vigilant at this position. Robs goes through the smoke, trying to hunt that first rotation. He's found it onto some Pious, and they know that Dupree is in the donut now. Nade on the smoke. FaZe trying to force this fight. They don't need to. 3 on 2, and the bomb getting stuck in safety. And Madden's rotation very loud as well.
Hey, you can justify hanging around for a moment, seeing if a kill presents itself, but with Molly's locking off the spawn wrap and Dupree smoked in donut, the round's kind of been decided for you here.
That was a beautiful round from Falcons. They played the B control perfectly. It's why we've seen FaZe go for so many A hits. The difference being, Rops realizes when the play needs to be made, and boy does he make it. Running amok through A, getting all that space for his team, and then even goes through the smoke, which is certainly high risk, but the reward is perfect for FaZe. 5 rounds on this T side. Either way, I am definitely liking what Falcons are giving us towards B. They are doing everything right. Well, trading of peaks, Magic's leaving very loud, Madden re-aggressive, Snappi down the ramp. Just the way they're setting each other up, and FaZe are all caught looking the wrong way.
Yeah, I think if anything, the thing that's going to feel annoying there for Falcons is Snappi was dead on in his read. He was dead on in what was going to happen in the round with the early lane fight leading back into the A hit. And that was what they prepped for right off the top of the round. But when they lost that swing out through heaven, it put a lot of pressure on the B setup. They couldn't fight for that lane control anymore, as they had to dissolve the player that was defending A. It was some Pious.
Ooh, delayed mid-pop for FaZe, just by a few seconds. Unfortunately for them, Falcons are nowhere to be seen. Back on the donut, smoked off. As Frozen sets up in red, FaZe go 4B strong. And this time they have the lane control. Well, they're about to. Those smokes fade towards heaven. Falcons re-aggressing mid would be a nice way to get a pick here. Frozen's tucked in alone, but they need this at worst case 1-to-1. Bomb's back in T-spawn. Frozen sees... Did he see a shadow? I'm pretty sure he did. He starts walking through. The B-nades will come in, but Frozen's timing is important.
Nades even to somewhat obscure the intentions of Frozen there, right? Carrigan didn't need to nade Red Room, and he knows that, but he's doing it to give the illusion that they don't have that control. And so Frozen's position gets even less expected here as the B entries come in. He's going to be able to manipulate the rotate, so they've just got to get past some Pius. This one B-site defender, and Rops will topple him. Frozen hears the rotates, and he knows that patience is the biggest virtue here. He's calmed the rotation of Dupree over towards mid. And so this round, mopped up by Frozen, teed up way earlier on to play in through the Red Room.
Falcons are so scared of rotating that you can't really blame them with the rounds we've seen out of FaZe and these late rotates from them and Rops lurking outside of A. But yeah, they really had to hold better on the site if that were to be won. Frozen has a perfect position. He doesn't even need to flank. And FaZe, everything goes right in that round for them. Now Falcons have to eco and play for the last of the half. They've been so close in so many rounds.
Rain got the spot. Brokey wants to try his hand at the fight, and that's actually collateral in the spray. Madden gets wrecked at the back of long.
Love to see Brokey just confidently waltzing up B ramp and looking for those entries on the anti-eco. Okay, couple of deagles, but should be under wraps as long as Rain doesn't die. He has that bomb control right now.
Yeah, this could still get awkward. He's had to drop the smoke, and that's at least good to give him the safe path back to the bomb. Right now, Carrigan is the guy in one of the defining spots, potentially. I mean, Robs has actually afforded that kill there from some Pius. You never know where's safe if you're Falcons.
FaZe killing everyone. Not having... You can tell they know what Falcons are doing. It's just when Falcons don't have the util, FaZe have just flexed.
Yeah, I also think that even the round prior to last, where we saw them go for the B hit with the red lurk, that was like Carrigan trying to get one step ahead of Snappi, anticipating the adjustment that they're not going to leave A empty again. And so they actually did the lane control, took B. And so now that's kind of shaken the faith of Falcons a little bit on this CT side. Because early on they were getting the right reads and they weren't always sticking the landing, but they at least understood what was happening. And Carrigan kind of successfully misdirected the last rifle round.
Ooh, wow.
He's now opened this one with a man advantage. With Dupree dead early. FaZe sit pretty in a 5v4. And so once more, they're just going to wait for this lane control util to come out. Wait for Falcons to burn everything they've got.
And that won't take long. 3 flashes and a smoke. Some Pius has not really been on the orb this game. Money has not been his friend. Now he gets to post up close main.
Last time Falcons lost the mid fight, they rotated this A player away. It was some Pius again in that same spot, and he ended up being away from the action. So this time it's nice to see him just steadfast on the opinion that this is the A play. This is a good read from the Falcons, and an even better lineup for some Pius. Even the tag on a Brokey, that was 3-1. He's put Falcons in pole position here, and that orb still holds the line. Backstab in from Magisk, and so Falcons shoot for the stars. Find 5 on this CT half with a beautiful triple collab from some Pius to get them there.
FaZe up at the half as they lead by 2 on map 2 of this series. A long day on the books here for one of these two teams as they'll go on to face the winner of Cole Liquid, which is to be confirmed as Team Liquid. FaZe looking for that rematch and looking for another win to get through to the playoffs of IEM Cologne. They've got to finish off Falcons first, and while we had a high-flying Dust2 from these Falcons, I think Ancient has been a little bit more than they can chew.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see Snappi and Carrigan, they're locking horns, both trying to outmaneuver and outcall each other across this game. And at times, Snappi has had the right ideas, the right inclinations, but it's sometimes been lacking the results. Rob's tagged up. Will force him away from this side of the map. Frozen moving in. It makes his presence known now. As Falcons swarm over A. They've got that bomb planted, but it's Carrigan's backstab here that looks to drive Falcons out into the open, out into the firing line. 2 quick kills come through from either side. Rob's tap on that bomb. This whole game opened with Snappi sticking a defuse to rob the round from FaZe. This time, no defuse for FaZe Clan. It's just Carrigan left standing. They try to fight him together there, but these doolies are lusting for blood. Carrigan trying to do this Falcons what Snappi did to him. But this time it's the 10-second stick that's required, and so it won't come through.
I don't know.
Both pistols for Falcons on Ancient.
I got scarily close. I feel like if Carrigan doesn't get off that bomb, he has a better shot. Well, it's the only way he wins the round, right? But he went for the kill instead. Good read from Falcons. They see Rob's close main, and they realize that the reason Rob's is hanging around is because there's got to be a second player here. Otherwise, he would just run away. And so they clear Brokey hard with that A main push.
But this is what this game's kind of felt like, is it's very cat and mouse calling, both teams trying so hard to stay ahead of the other. And there's been very
close rounds.
Yeah, inches between some of these.
Absolutely, yeah.
Falcons there were able to piece together what was happening on the back of that flank faster than FaZe were able to get the results from it.
FaZe won basically all the important rounds in that first half, right? Like, they put Falcons on full eco twice. FaZe were never full eco. But that being said, Falcons had very winnable rounds. They had 4v3s. They had some clutches go astray. Especially that Robs v Snappi one really set a tone early in the game. So it might be, it might end with a what if and a what could it have been and all of that, but maybe Falcons can change the tune here in this. Oh my God, what Carrigan? How? 5-7 to the face.
Oh my God, it's a flawless force buy.
Yeah, forget everything I said. This one might just be a steamrolling if FaZe have their way like that. That's just despicable from Carrigan. Individually, he's had a very good series.
I mean, him and Rain were the driving forces behind that initial 8-0 start. Back on Dust2. Long time ago now, and it's not slowed Carrigan's roll. He's right up there, topping the charts alongside Robs.
A flawless force for FaZe is about as good as it's going to get.
Counter-terrorists win.
Dupree will save an AK, but there's never much behind it when you lose round 2 like that. 1,400 a player, good luck. Even a helmet is a luxury in a round like this.
Timeout called in. Falcons in a tough spot now with that saved AK being the best thing they've got here in their force buy. But every step of the way, they've been trying to meet FaZe Clan. They've been keeping these games competitive. No matter how dire the circumstances, they've always found this way to make it interesting across this series. 8-0 down. They were able to make that an OT affair. This one's just 8-6.
I love this call. Boost up in the smoke, off of spawn, expecting FaZe to do insta. It's a really nice way to find a 5v4 for Falcons, but again, FaZe deliver back what Falcons did to them all half. That lane control take coming in. Hey, main smoke, how long's it got left on it? Because there's no one in the site right now. Madden doesn't want to call the bluff. But Falcons have good timing to explode into this undisturbed A site. No one here, no one ahead of the smoke. Oh, but it misses. Oh, it's good enough. It's good enough.
Dupree, that hero gun.
On quick.
Looking like it was worth holding on to it.
Oh,
Run it, man. He's able to get out with one, and Snappi dies planting. Sure, cut down in the spray from Carrigan. But he's put his teammates in a post-plant. Snappi has delivered them that at least. Dupree and Magisk gonna have to do the rest. Carrigan falters. Magisk versus Rain in the head-to-head. Kit on Rain's back, so he's got plenty of time here. Goes looking for this kill, and he's gonna lock it in. Rain delivers in the clutch after a stunning couple of openers from Dupree and a big 4K from Carrigan on the other side. It's Rain to emerge victorious on the back of that 1v1.
That's a hard clutch for Rain to win, to be honest, with the bomb against him. But as soon as he realizes he has Magisk tucked in that corner, he absolutely makes use of that positional advantage. Very scary round considering it was 1 AK and Dupree gets all those entries, but FaZe Clan still land on their feet. Cat-like.
Oh, Carrigan, bad way to open. They go running right through the molly, and they chase him down. Brokey tagged up, tries swinging in, and there's support from Rain on the long side. Quick work made of the B play. A rough start, sure, but Rain, head held high, a 1v1 in the last round, and a big multi-kill here to keep that one in check. FaZe is starting to pick up a lot of speed.
That round is exactly what we mean when we say FaZe thrive in the chaos. They get 4v5'd with nothing, and they know Falcons are rushing a two-man hold, and Brokey somehow re-swings in the same time that Rain does, so they both peek cave. The comms have to be so decisive, so clear, and everyone just plays off each other perfectly. There's only 2 players in B. They kill all 5. That's just such a perfect hold for FaZe when it started so wrong.
And now the worry starts to set in. As impressive as Falcons have looked, man, they put so much emphasis on these first few rounds. They wanted to capitalize on the damage they've gotten away with, on the bomb plants they were able to find, but that has left them in a real dire straits here. 11 rounds looming for FaZe, and all they bring with them into this round is a hero AK on Snappi. Trying to get out, trying to look for one more of those plants. But the bomb is a long way away, so even if they find success here, even if they were to get the kills, you'd still have to hold the site down long enough for Madden to arrive. And he's only just getting there now, and they do not have the site. They are not holding anything down. Instead, Falcons are getting blown away, 11-6. A flawless round put forward from FaZe leaves this CT side in a very good spot, far and away from where they found themselves earlier on the back of that Rain 1v1.
Yeah, I'm sure Falcons knew this map was coming through. I'm sure they prepped for it, and it certainly showed on that CT side, which they would have picked a start on with some cool ideas. But once we've hit the second half, FaZe have just started flexing, and those individuals dragging them through this game. 11-6, nothing to say for Falcons since Pistol. They're going to get run at right now. Break on the smoke. Even Snappy's cross isn't safe. We're starting 2 donut, 2A main for FaZe. That's how confident they are in their B retake.
I think you're also just confident that Falcons wouldn't risk rushing B in their last rifle round at IEM Cologne.
Yeah.
That's not a call that you would make. Even if you're a mad lad like Snappi, you don't feel comfortable having that be the way you exit. And so they try to go slow. They try to give respect and some space to Snappi to try and sell that A fake and find the gap. And they actually end up playing right into FaZe's hands.
Just some great starting positions for FaZe. Okay, you should know there's more. There were 2 in donut earlier, but Rops gets away with a second kill in the round. Some pious, a nice follow-up. but there's still rain to worry about, and he's going to hear every single footstep pitter-patter through the site.
Well, Sampaius has battled this one back. The last flight of the Falcons here. And with Magis dead, problems start to rear their head once more. Falcons, this is their one rifle round. And for a brief moment, there was a glimmer of hope delivered from the Sampaius. Madden brings it down to the 1v1, and this is for all the marbles here. If Falcons want to stay in this game, they need Madden to deliver. Carrigan is topping the charts for FaZe Clan, and he's not the man you want to face in that 1v1 clutch. The captain, chart topper, and now clutch winner puts FaZe Clan on match and series point.
Yeah, it's a long day, as we always said, for FaZe, but getting it done in two, conserving some energy and setting themselves up for a match v Liquid later. Bound to be a banger. Game of the day energy. And Falcons, some impressive moments. Some clutch individual shining on Dust2. But longing out this series against a team that love to take the longest route to the playoffs. Doesn't look like it's meant to be. 6 chances for FaZe to close this before it even gets uncomfortable. And even though Dust2 slipped a little further downhill than it should have, I have no expectation for the same on Ancient. What a game for Carrigan and Rops.
Well, they didn't want to risk the B-rush in their first and last proper rifle round at IEM Cologne. But they're going to try it here and now. Desperate times calling for desperate measures. Rain and Brokey both coming up with a kill to open this round. And so FaZe might have lost Carrigan, but they answer back twofold. Already pushing all the way through. I mean, is Rops really trying to drive this one home. Dust2 might have been competitive, but FaZe don't want Falcons leaving this game feeling like they pushed them too hard. They don't want to give them the honor. They want to destroy Falcons here on Ancient. And in spite of some back and forth moments, a half that could have felt even sweeter for Falcons, it was never meant to be. As they get into the second, they win the pistol, sure. They lose that second round, and with it, all the hope went out the window. FaZe Clan, they're finding themselves in this position, competing for that last spot. It was always going to be a hard day. It was always going to be a demanding day. Magisk, can he really do this? FaZe think it's over. They think this one's done, but it's given up 2 fights to Magisk and let him break his way in. They were already thinking about that next game. They were already thinking about that Liquid game. And now they get to. Frozen will not repeat the mistakes. And so FaZe Clan emerge victorious. Head held high here on Ancient. Strong stuff from the captain. Carrigan leading the charge. Rops in there alongside him. Energy conserved for FaZe Clan. And the end of the line for the Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons who may have taken maps off of decent teams, who may have shown